Okay, yeah, we're getting ready to put the Spider into the new chain wheel. Check the Spider's legs, they're all okay. You can probably see the way that they're machined with a big radius on the outside and a tight radius on the inside. I hope you can see that. And so that's why they always look, well, they are slightly bent over, but they are, I think, designed like that. The way you can see the way the bottom of the legs are machined. Okay, so we put this in the case of the T160, yeah, with the nose pointing up this way. Yeah. Right, so what we've got to do now is we've got to put the rubbers in. These are the new rubbers. We're going to put the new rubbers in. And what we do is they've got a long flat side, then an angle down and a nose and a sort of like an L shape, so flat at the back, flat at the bottom, and then an angle. So they go with the flat back to the Spider leg, not to the chain wheel leg, like that. And with the nose, so the nose goes against the chain wheel leg and the back goes against the Spider leg. I can close that around a bit. Yeah. So yeah, they had them like this way round before, but what they'd done is they'd had them like upside down. So they had the nose and that, but they had them that way up instead of them being that way up. They were strangely that way up, or some of them were. So I don't think they've done any damage, but you know, created some play. So I'm going to see if I can get this side in as well. I'm trying to remember my painting way of doing this. I can't. But I think I'm going to try and put one in either side of the first vein. So I know I've got even spaces all the way around. Okay, you can see using a little bit of basic brute force and a screwdriver, I've managed to get the first two rubbers in. Just push that in fully. There we go, make sure they're properly seated. So what they actually are is that rubber is in that way and this rubber is in that way, but obviously due to the compression they look a bit different. So what we're going to do now is go round and see if we can replicate that all the way around. And what I'm doing is I've got my one side normally goes in easy and the other side definitely doesn't. We'll make sure we've got the back to the Spider arm and the long side towards the chain wheel. So there's that L there, and they were all over the place when we took them out. Okay, yeah, so I've got the next two in. And what I'm doing is I'm just leaving them in with my trusty screwdriver. And that works fine. The main thing you've got to be careful of, though, is you do not damage the rubbers. You know, you could easily sort of chip a bit off the rubbers if you're using this method. What the best way of doing it is to make a sort of a jig, an arm, where you can hold the chain wheel like in a vice or something and move the Spider around with like a big long lever and compress and then put the rubber in. I've never made one because I'm a bit lazy like that. And so I tend to just use this method. As I say, which works fine, a bit laborious, but you just have to be careful that you don't damage the new rubbers putting them in.